Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. My name is Chad, and today I want to talk to you guys about growing figs in cooler climates. So first off, I should probably tell you guys, I live in Zone 7, and I know a lot of people are searching to see, can I grow figs in Zone 7? And the answer to that is yes and no. Yes, the figs will come back up from the ground. They will die back to the ground, but they'll come back up from the roots. And no, in the fact that if you get kind of a later fruiting variety, one that will maybe start producing fruit a little later in the season, like in the summer, then it's not going to have enough time to ripen. So you really got to be careful about the varieties that you pick for your yard. But if you guys follow me over here, I'll show you a couple of my fig plants. All right, guys, let me show you the first fig that I recommend if you're in Zone 7. This right here is a Texas everbearing fig. It's produced very well for me here in Zone 7. I mean, you can see how fruitful it actually is. It actually gets a lot taller than this, but I cut it in half so that way the fruit will ripen faster and make sure to get me fruit before winter hits. So as you can see, it doesn't actually look like a fig tree here in Zone 7. It looks more like a fig bush, and that tends to be how they grow in the colder climates. Every winter, this will completely defoliate. The wood will live for a little while until we get, decently cold down into the teens, and then it just tends to die off. So what I do is I will actually cut it back all the way down to the ground, maybe about an inch from the ground, and then I'll kind of cover it with some, as you can see, I just take some grass clippings when I mow my lawn and I put it around it. In the summer, that keeps the roots a little cooler, and in the winter, it keeps them warmer. So basically what you're gonna hope for in Zone 7, maybe Zone 6, I don't live in Zone 6, but I'd assume that you can do the same thing. If you take the precautions that I just told you, cover up the root systems in the winter. This is what you're gonna get. This is just one season of growth, and like I said, it got a lot taller than this. It would probably be twice as tall as this, but I literally chopped it in half, and that just helps these fruit ripen a little faster. It puts more of the energy from the plant back into the fruit instead of getting out the new growth and trying to produce a lot more fruit. But now let me show you an example of a fig that I was telling you, later season varieties, something that starts fruiting later on in the season. It won't have time to ripen the fruit here in Zone 7. So Texas everbearing, brown turkey fig, the Chicago hardy. I have an LSU purple fig that performs really well for me, actually. It doesn't grow as vigorous and as fast as some of the other varieties, but it always gives fruit. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I just wanted to take a second to say, if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. And also check out our website, which is going to be in the link below. Now back to the video. But now let me show you, this right here is the variety Little Miss Figgy, which is actually a mutation of an LSU purple fig. This one grows crazy fast. I've already cut this back in half, and it's already growing again. It gets taller than the roof. And like I said, this is just 1 year's worth of growth. I mean, one growing season worth of growth. So I just chop it back, like I said earlier, chop it back to the ground about an inch. I'll cover it up with the grass clippings in the winter, and I continue to put the grass clippings there in the summer. It ultimately, the worms and all the microbial life break it down, turn it into fertilizer for the plant, keeps the plant cool in the summer and warmer in the winter, keeps those roots alive. And it just grows crazy and wild. But what I was gonna say was, I don't get any fruit from this tree at all. And I've had it in the ground for years. When I bought it, it had fruit on it. But when I planted it here and it started coming back after the winters, I was happy it was coming back, but it is not giving me any fruit anymore. But it will actually start producing figs kind of late in the summer. Not nearly enough time for the fig to ripen, so I don't recommend this one for colder planting zones. However, I do still have it here so I can take cuttings from it and propagate it for people, friends and stuff. So yeah, that's just an example of one that I wouldn't have. Another one that I have right here, this is called the white Marseille Fig. A lot of people recommend this for colder climates. It doesn't start producing figs for me until a little bit later in the season. This year it hasn't put off any at all. And like I said, I have varieties that will, so it's not anything I'm doing. It doesn't have to do with the soil. It's not a nutrient issue. It grows wonderfully. And you know, some people might say, well, there's too much nitrogen. That's why there's all leaves. But like I said, I've got a bunch of different varieties here, a lot of them fruit, and it's certain varieties that I have issues with. And this white Marseille, I don't necessarily recommend it for the colder zones, and maybe there's people out there that have better luck with it. You can leave comments in the comment section below and tell people your experience with them, but I don't necessarily recommend this one. So like I said, the Texas Everbearing, the Brown Turkey, Chicago Hardy, there's a Celeste Fig, and I have all those figs on this property, and they all produce like this one over here. They all have different flavors. They're all really good. This Texas Everbearing is like my #1 recommendation. It gives so many fruit, and it's a really pretty plant. Deals with the winters well, so I highly recommend this one for you. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thanks so much for watching the video.